It was the deadliest wildfire in state history. 1 year ago, the Great Smoky Mountains experienced an unprecedented natural disaster.
And tonight, thanks to News Channel 5's Chris Conti and photojournalist Nathan Sharkey, for the first time, we're hearing from those who were on the front lines that night.
And that's the real draw of the mountains, you know, I mean, and you know, it defines the spirit of the folks here.
Mother Nature does her best to draw your eyes in with the beauty of her brushstrokes. One final canvas of color as fall fades away. But across the mountains of East Tennessee, no fall colors can hide the scars of last year's fires.
And it just seemed like it was never going to end.
Chris Altman was on the front lines as fire and fury rained down on the Great Smoky Mountains.
Gatlinburg Police Department. Oh, please help us. Honey, God, we can't see the road or anything. Oh my God. Please hurry. I don't want to die up here.
And there was a big pile of leaves, which caught on fire, which turned to embers. And the wind gust, and as I came around the house, it hit me in the face. So I was down to one eye for most of the night, and it swelled shut after that.
With only half his sight, this Pigeon Forge firefighter and dozens of his colleagues did their best to stop the fire's worst.
What'd you see out there?
Destruction. Hectic, chaotic.
Keep going,
cluster.
I lived through that 90-mile-an-hour wind. I was in Gatlinburg when that first struck, and it was pushing that fire so hard. I mean, it actually outrun the fire trucks.
To this day, Fire Chief Tony Watson still marvels at the magnitude of it all.
This is not like anything you've ever seen before.
Copy that.
Never seen anything like it before.
And I don't know if it's the look on our faces or, you know, we show up and we're saying, listen, you need to get your things, a few belongings that are personal.
I gotta get out of here.
And you need to go. You need to go right now.
70,000 acres scorched, 10,000 homes and businesses destroyed. 14 lives gone.
You know, what do you say to something like that? I mean, obviously your heart goes out to their family.
There was no time to sit there and think, am I going to make it?
1 year later, though, the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains is finally beating again.
You just deal with it, and I think people are moving on as best they can.
Leon Downey is the tourism director for Pigeon Forge. He does not try to hide the fact that those prolific images of destruction hit hard here.
Our businesses lost revenue for probably the first 6 months of this year.
As Mother Nature prepares to put these mountains to sleep for the winter, though, there are signs of awakening all around.
The character of this place is strong, and that's why I love it, why I call it home.
Hundreds of cabins are being rebuilt. At the chimney tops where the fire began, part of the hiking trail has finally reopened. Even the Westgate Resort, so symbolic of how devastating the damage was, is rising from the ashes.
We're moving forward because we have leaders in our community that are moving us forward.
But cleanup out here is taking longer than most people have expected. Originally, homeowners had until September 30th to remove debris from their property. That deadline, though, has been extended until December 31st. And some homeowners are deciding not to return.
We've got plans to help folks rebuild that are uninsured, underinsured.
But you know, this group of folks, I'm humbled and honored to stand in front of you all.
As for the first responders who were on the front lines that night, a year later, the community they helped save is still saying thanks. And these men and women are still learning.
If this were to happen again, would you guys be ready?
Absolutely.
Chief Tony Watson has implemented a FireWise program. The goal is to streamline communications and readiness between agencies. He's also accepted findings by forestry officials which say these wildfires are the new normal.
We know that our fire seasons are more bizarre. They come at different times of the year that we didn't used to expect. We know the fires burn hotter. We know they burn longer. So that's the new normal. We got to look every day at how we make us better and stronger.
It is an anniversary no one here asked for.
It's a proud, resilient community, and I don't think those folks will ever be forgotten.
Much like Mother Nature's palette, hope here is golden.
It'll come back. I'm convinced it will.
With photojournalist Nathan Sharkey, Chris Conti, News Channel 5.
And there are still residents in Sevier County who can use your help. The Mountain Tough Recovery Team is coordinating the efforts. If you'd like to donate time or money, head to newschannel5.com.